We're following breaking news regarding the future of the state's top elections official, Megan Wolf.
Plus, how you can get free at-home COVID tests as Dane County sees a spike in cases.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Breaking late this afternoon, Republican lawmakers are moving forward with plans to impeach the state's top elections official.
That is according to a resolution being passed around the assembly, shared with News 3 Now this afternoon. Political reporter Will Keneally has more. Will?
Well, Eric and Susan, that resolution outlines 15 articles of impeachment Republican lawmakers are charging Megan Wolf with. She administers the Wisconsin Elections Commission, which runs the state elections and coordinates the city clerks that actually run your elections. Now, those 15 articles of impeachment outline charges of varying misconduct in office, all stemming from continued concerns among Republicans over the administration of the 2020 election. Now, again, that's despite courts repeatedly finding no widespread issues of fraud in Wisconsin. Now, just last week, Senate Republicans voted to fire Wolf from her position, but she has argued that we're unable to fire her. She sat down with News 3 Now's last week. Now, this resolution shared with News 3 Now is circulating behind the scenes, and we could see this formally introduced late next week. And again, this is breaking news, so just into the newsroom within the last few minutes, we do have a statement from Megan Wolf, which I'll read in part here. She says that, quote, every major decision relating to the 2020 presidential election was made by the agency's 6 bipartisan commissioners in public meetings. She goes on to say that these attempts, while unlikely to succeed, only serve as a distraction from the hard work election officials need to be doing to prepare for the next presidential election.
All right, Will, thank you. We'll get the latest and more at 6. State Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Jill Underly, gave her annual State of Education address at the Capitol Rotunda today.
In her speech, she criticized lawmakers for politicizing education. Dr. Underly called on them to increase equitability in Wisconsin schools, highlighting concerns raised by students on the state superintendent's youth council. She also said new challenges to the education system are proof that the state schools need to adapt, and argued they should be forward-thinking to address a changing world.
Teaching, like governing, is about doing what is necessary for the greater good, and again, like governing, to prepare the next generation to create a future for ourselves and for our children and for beyond.
After the address, Dr. Underly spoke with the media about the importance of supporting and funding Wisconsin schools.
These kids grow up together and they form a community together, and that's honestly the foundation of our democracy, is all of us together. And so we need to support these schools, we need to support the programs that help all kids thrive, and we need to fund our schools so that, you know, some kids don't have to go without, that all kids at the end of the day have the same opportunities.
Dr. Underly also has some advice for parents who may be worried about their child's education. She said the best thing you can do is get involved. It can be as simple as asking your child about their day, reaching out to their teachers or principal, or attending a school board meeting.
Meanwhile, legislative Democrats have introduced a package of bills aimed at helping teachers across the state. The Teaching is a Profession package includes a set of 3 bills that work to strengthen the teaching profession through investment, recruitment, and retention.
For years, our schools have sounded the alarm that there is a crisis around hiring and retaining quality educators in our state. This legislative package supports maintaining our education workforce through treating our teachers as professionals once again.
Supporters say these bills are necessary because of the gradual decline in the number of lifelong educators that are so critical in our children's lives.
And today, lawmakers met quietly to continue the governor's special session on child care and workforce issues. Yesterday, Republicans in the legislature took the unusual step to keep the governor's child care special session alive instead of simply killing his proposal, as they've often done in the past. Republican leaders are expected to send the governor's billion-dollar child care and workforce plan through the committee process. We will expect to see significant changes to the governor's plan in the coming weeks. The GOP has put forward its own child care package. Rain possible tonight. Meteorologist Jacob Madison out on the weather patio. He has the latest details. Jacob?
Yeah, Eric, right now we actually are already seeing some showers across our area. To the south of Madison, near the Illinois border, we are seeing some showers move into our area. fairly slowly to the north, and we're also not seeing anything very heavy at this hour, but across Greene and Rock and parts of Lafayette County, we are seeing some of those scattered showers. Now to the south of our area, there's a bit heavier rain in the central portion of Illinois, but these storms aren't likely to move all the way up into our area, although really for the next 24 hours, we are going to continue to see some scattered showers. So looking at future track throughout the evening, we're going to continue to see those scattered showers, possibly another round of rain. This second round of rain could be a bit heavier as this rain is roughly during the morning hours. Right now we're looking at 4:30 a.m. and then as we get into the late morning, it will dissipate a little bit, but still expected to see some of those light showers. And then throughout the afternoon, again, some more light showers are possible, maybe an isolated storm or two, but this will likely impact the morning commute tomorrow. And as far as temperatures, they are looking fairly warm during the day tomorrow. It looks like we are going to see a bit of a break from the rain as we head towards the evening. Looking at the current temperatures, mostly in the middle 70s across Dane County. Checking out the temperatures across our region, pretty warm in the central portion of the state. High temperatures have actually been in the middle 80s for places like Camp Douglas and Watoma. But the further south you go, the cooler it's been, with temperatures right around 70 degrees for Monroe and Janesville. For your evening, expect to see some showers. Temperatures will be in the lower 70s, upper 60s. So despite the rainfall, we're actually going to see pretty comfortable conditions. And for the overnight hours, it is going to be fairly mild, with the cloud cover. Temperatures typically don't drop too much when we are seeing clouds and when we're also seeing moisture. So we'll see lows right around 60, and we are going to continue to see the warm temperatures for the next couple of days and a few other rain chances as we end the week and begin next week. I'll talk through the timing of the rainfall coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. COVID season's officially here. Just look at the spike we've seen in levels of COVID in Madison's wastewater. Since the first of the month, it has more than quadrupled.
So that means now is probably a good time to start stocking up on COVID tests so you know when to stay home. And as our Braden Ross found out, you don't have to pay anything to be prepared.
The leaves are changing, the air is crisp, and that means the start of COVID season is here.
Wastewater is kind of our first indication.
In Madison, that wastewater data shows a pretty dramatic increase in COVID. Since the first of the month, it has more than quadrupled. But spokesperson for Public Health of Madison and Dane County, Morgan Finke, says it's not necessarily time to worry. The good news, hospitalizations are still low.
Where things are different than they were, even a year or two ago with COVID is we know so much more about this virus. We know the steps that we can take to help.
One of those steps is testing.
Let's say you start to feel that sore throat, a cough, headache, fever potentially. Having those rapid tests on hand at home is really a great option to, even just rule it out.
And getting your hands on a test is easier than ever. Here at Walgreens, a pack of 2 COVID tests will run you $24. But there's no need to splurge. There are actually a few ways you can get COVID tests for free. In Madison, you can check your local library or one of Public Health of Madison and Dane County's locations. And starting on Monday, September 25th, you can even order them online. Just go to covidtests.gov. If your test comes back positive, the guidelines are still pretty straightforward. Stay home for 5 days and mask up for 10.
I just really encourage everyone to take those steps, especially when they're able to get that updated vaccine. That's going to help prevent some of that severe illness. There is a certain comfort in that, as long as you follow those recommendations and take care of yourself, there's a little bit less of that panic of the unknown.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
And those tests you have in your medicine cabinet that you think are expired might not be. Some tests now have extended expiration dates. You can find out if yours are still good by heading to covid.gov/tests.
Let's just into our newsroom. Cleanup continues after some major flooding inside the UW's Engineering Center's building. Officials actually canceled classes today after a chilled water pipe system burst. This was on the top floor. It released about 55,000 gallons of water into the building, damaging all floors. Classes scheduled in the building tomorrow have been relocated. The students will be informed via Canvas. The building remains closed with entry prohibited. UW-Madison alum Andre DeShields will forever be etched into the city of Baltimore's history. The city declared today, September 21st, as Andre DeShields Day. City officials also announced they're naming a street after the Tony and Grammy award-winning actor. DeShields earned a BA in English literature from UW-Madison back in 1970. He starred in several original Broadway hits, The Wiz, and most recently Hadestown.
The Defense Department is sending 800 new active duty personnel to the U.S.-Mexico border to provide support to federal authorities facing an increase of border crossings. They're joining the 2,500 National Guard members already in place. The U.S. military has long provided support to DHS on the border, and a surge of personnel to the area is not unprecedented. Troops have generally served as a support role, not enforcement. Yesterday, around 3,000 migrants crossed into the U.S. near Eagle Pass, Texas. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky delivered a stark message to lawmakers in the nation's capital today. He said he needs their help in order to save his country. But Natalie Brand tells us not everyone is showing support.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky made his second wartime visit to the White House.
Mr. President, how important is this visit?
It comes as President Biden is pushing Congress to approve an additional $24 billion in military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine.
We would like additional resources from the Congress on October 1st to be able to ensure that there's no disruption in the supply of funding to Ukraine.
Zelensky spent the morning making his case on Capitol Hill in a series of private meetings.
We spoke about so many details, but it will be between us. Sorry. Thank you.
Lawmakers say Ukraine's president painted a stark picture of the situation on the ground.
If we step away from supporting them, the Russians will win this war. He was very clear about that.
But the White House funding request is facing growing opposition from some Republicans who have raised concerns about spending and accountability.
The question, though, for the United States is, what is it that we are trying to accomplish, and at what cost? I mean, we're going to spend another $100 billion for what?
Republicans who support additional funding say the U.S. cannot afford to let Russia win.
The majority of the majority support this. I know there's some dissension on both sides, but I said a war of attrition is not going to win this, and that's what Putin wants.
Even as Zelensky was in the Capitol Thursday, the fight over funding the U.S. government to avoid a shutdown took a new turn on the House floor.
The yeas are 212, the nays are 216. The resolution is not adopted.
Hard-right Republicans again blocked a move to vote on a Pentagon spending bill.
I had two people flip.
Speaker Kevin McCarthy thought he had the votes to pass. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Pentagon spending bill is typically the easiest of the 12 appropriations packages to pass, prompting some lawmakers to say the odds of a shutdown have gone up. Lawmakers need to pass something by the end of the month to keep the government running.
Still to come at 5, Jacob has more on those possible rain chances tonight.
Plus the latest on contract negotiations between auto workers and automakers.
And on Wall Street, stocks dive. Once again, the Dow tumbling more than 370 points. NASDAQ falls 245, S&P 500 off 72. And we'll be right back.
Don't miss the spectacular September mattress savings at Ashley. Queen mattresses up to 75% off. Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper, 2 pillows, and 4-piece sheet set for only $14 a month. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Don't miss the spectacular September savings at Ashley. Everything is on sale with discounts up to 75% off. Save on sofas, sectionals, bedroom sets, and more. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. All at Ashley.
Do you remember? A former UW-Madison student wrote the hit Earth, Wind, and Fire song, September. Tonight on News 3 Now, we look at the impact Allie Willis had in the music world and in Madison. It's coming up at 6.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A week into the auto workers' strike, talks resumed in the past 24 hours between the UAW and the big 3 automakers. But despite that progress, Laura Aguirre has the latest on a red line that is quickly approaching.
If we have to strike more, close more, then we'll do that.
The United Auto Workers Union says their walkouts will expand if the nation's 3 largest automakers don't give them a better contract proposal by noon Friday.
I would like to see fair wages for everybody. I would say most of these employees probably live paycheck to paycheck.
Higher wages, 40% higher over 4 years, one of several union demands. The UAW is currently striking at 3 plants, representing each of the big 3 U.S. auto brands. But the threat of Friday's deadline is already having ripple effects. Stellantis, which is meeting with UAW leadership Thursday, is temporarily laying off some non-union workers at their Toledo, Ohio machining plant. GM and Ford are doing the same at some of their other facilities. Those on the picket lines know it's not just auto workers feeling the impact.
I would like to see us get back to work so those other suppliers get back to work and uplift this economy.
The strike fallout also hitting auto industry suppliers. U.S. Steel in Granite City, Illinois laid off several hundred workers this week.
I've had grown men crying in my office that don't know how they're going to provide for their families. It's very difficult. And I know it's business to them, but it's personal to us.
For now, those business talks continue as the deadline clock keeps ticking. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Let's get a check on your first warn forecast now. Here's meteorologist Jacob Madison. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Susan. We're going to continue to see the warm temperatures for the end of the week, and we also are going to see a few chances of rainfall. The first chance will come tonight into early tomorrow. Then we have a few more rain chances, especially during the overnight hours. And then by the time we get to Sunday, we have a good chance of rain during the day. Now, before I talk about that, I want to mention the drought monitor. The exceptional drought in the northern and western portions of our area has expanded. Now, most of Dane County has stayed relatively the same compared to last week, but still pretty much our entire area dealing with severe or extreme drought. But as I mentioned, we have a chance of rain, which should hopefully bring us some relief. Current conditions right now in Madison, looking at pretty cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-70s. So despite the cloud cover, temperatures are fairly mild around our area. We are seeing those showers start to move into the southern portion of our area, especially around Greene and Rock County. counties. Not terribly heavy, a few pockets of moderate rainfall, but the rain we see tonight isn't expected to be very heavy, although we could maybe see an isolated storm that will produce some heavy rainfall over a brief period of time. Throughout the night, expect to see these scattered showers and possibly some storms. This will continue into tomorrow morning, so it could be pretty wet for your morning commute. And then during the day, much of the same, probably a little bit less of a chance to see the rain in the late morning and early afternoon. But later in the afternoon and into the evening, we're going to see more rain move back into our area. And then during the overnight hours, it's expected to be a bit more widespread. This is the overnight hours tomorrow, I should add. And this rain could also continue into Saturday morning, but it does look like Saturday afternoon will be a bit dry after a possible rainy start to the day. But we have more rain chances beyond that. So starting Saturday evening, we have a lot of rain expected out in Iowa and Minnesota, and it's going to slowly move into our area. But this round of rain may not impact our entire region. It looks like it will stay mostly in the western portion of our area and just kind of linger around there for Sunday and Monday. Now, it is possible that Madison and other parts in the central and eastern portion of our region could see some rain during those days, but the heaviest rain will stay off to the west. And in terms of total rainfall, we are going to see the heaviest rain once again off to the west of our area. So we are going to see some relief, but in terms of our entire area, we're not going to see the most relief. So here's a recap of the timing. Good chance of rain tonight and also a good chance of rain Friday night. Saturday during the day, very small chance before we have another good chance Sunday into Sunday night. For those of you near Platteville, for Sunday, expect the chance to be a little bit higher, but here in Madison, we'll see around a 30 to 40% chance of rain for that day. Now, if we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we are going to see relatively dry conditions after the rainfall. If the 7-day forecast pops up here we go. We are going to be relatively dry after the rainfall on Monday. We also are going to see the temperatures drop a little bit with highs back near 70, and that looks to continue for the extended forecast beyond the next couple of days. For your first warn traffic, we are seeing a few slowdowns. On the 151 towards Verona, both north and southbound are experiencing some slowdowns, but also on the Beltline eastbound towards the interstate and also just north of the Beltline on the interstate going northbound, there's a pretty big slowdown. Also a slowdown on the 51 going northbound, but beyond the interstate just north of the Beltline, it is green both directions going south and green in both directions going north. And that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Happening now, hundreds of items belonging to late legendary Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts are up for sale. The collection covers his decades-long career with the band, as well as items from his personal collection, including jazz records, sheet music, hundreds of books. Some items are signed, including a Christmas gift he received from none other than Mick Jagger and a first edition copy of F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, expected to fetch some $400,000. Christie's online auction runs until the 29th. And a one-of-a-kind painting by American artist Bob Ross is up for sale for nearly $10 million. It's called A Walk in the Woods. The piece was completed on the very first episode of the PBS show, The Joy of Painting. For 11 years, Bob Ross taught viewers how to paint those landscapes, including happy little trees. Ryan Nelson owns the gallery, Modern Artifact, that obtained the work and listed it at $9.85 million. Bob Ross died back in 1995 at the age of 52, but his popularity has soared in recent years. A YouTube channel featuring his shows now has almost 6 million subscribers.
Well, still to come tonight at 5, where you can save and where you might spend some money if you're planning to travel this fall. We'll have that story next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Loa Footwear, a name synonymous with premium outdoor footwear for 80-plus years. Our patented mono-wrap construction wraps the foot in a lightweight yet firmly supportive frame. We use a softer polyurethane in our midsoles that provides better shock absorption and ultimate comfort underfoot. Plus, our patented Gore-Tex liner is more durable and creates a smoother fit, thus less potential for blisters or discomfort.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
We saw a need and an opportunity within our community to help people purchase their first home. With Thriving's financial guidance, it helped me to start a company to help people build generational wealth through home ownership. I never would have been able to achieve the financial goals that I wanted and been able to help people the way that I have without my financial advisor from Thriving.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Home Sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99. Looking for reclining? Get this super comfortable reclining sofa for just $5.55. Plus lots and lots of other incredible deals, like a 4-piece modern bedroom group for just $9.99. Up to 50% off. The Big Fall Home Sale, one of our best finance sales of the year, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Hitting the road this autumn might look a little different than in years past.
While airfare has dropped, as usual, there are some major concerns hanging over this fall's travel season. Mike Valerio explains.
Fall is here, and with it usually comes ideal travel conditions. Flights and gas are typically cheaper and airports less crowded.
September and October marks a time when most students go back to school. Folks head back to regular work schedules after a more flexible summer.
This year, however, could look very different. Gas prices reached record highs this week, and the national average remains above $3.85, according to AAA. The good news, according to an expert from the travel app Humper, autumn airfares are 9% less expensive than last year and 10% cheaper than in 2019.
This is in part due to higher capacity on the airline side and the opening of international demand this summer.
But that higher capacity could hit a snag. Contract negotiations continue with flight attendants at 4 major airlines as they inch closer to potential strikes. The looming government shutdown could also cause major travel headaches. TSA officers would have to work without pay, threatening delays across the country. It would also halt training on new air traffic controllers at a time when they're already struggling with staff shortages.
A government shutdown would stop us in our tracks. It would stop training at just the moment when we're finally trending positive again.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
We're back with a final check of that first warn forecast in just a moment.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before. Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Save 11% on everything. Only at Menards. Help prevent costly repairs with Shell products. Rotella Heavy Duty Diesel Motor Oil offers triple protection. It controls wear, deposits, and emissions. Pick up a gallon for $14.99 after rebate. It's time to get organized with Menards. From garage organization to tool chests and cabinets, Masterforce has all the heavy-duty storage solutions you need. Get this 41-inch tool chest and cabinet combo for $1,099.98 after 11% off today.
Save big money at Menards. Thank you so much for picking up.
When you really desperately need to talk to your insurance company, when you're having one of the worst days of your life,
What do people do at a time like this?
sometimes you just want to talk to someone, a person, not a robot or a recording or an app. Oh, sure, we have all that stuff.
By Friday.
But on a day like that,
Just like that?
that phone line can end up feeling like a lifeline.
Thank you so much for listening.
At a time like that, you want a company like West Bend, because the worst brings out our best.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we're so serious about saying yes to your trade-in, we challenge you to bring us a no. We accept crazy things like old cowboy boots and an old office chair, even that old junkie you didn't think would make it to the parking lot. Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
On this 21st night of September, we remember a UW alum who helped write the famous Earth, Wind, and Fire song. That story. Join us next hour, News 3 now at 6. Let's go to Jacob. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we're seeing those showers start to move into our area, mostly to the south. We are seeing some pockets of moderate rain, but for the most part, we're not expecting anything heavy. But we'll continue to see some on and off rain over the next couple of days, with the best chance coming tonight and tomorrow night.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.